Well, greetings beautiful souls, and welcome to another video. I'm actually doing a bit of research here because I'm going to bring back Mikey's midweek moochies, and it's me Wednesday and Thursday off this week from work, and there's two very iconic wild camping spots. If you ever talk to anyone about wild camping, there's always two that seem to come up, and one of them is this place, Bamford Edge, in the Peak District, and the other one is Kinder Scout, also in the Peak District and not too far from Bamford Edge. So I've done none of them, so I can't really call myself an accomplished wild camper if I've not done two of the most famous wild camps. So I'm just checking it out on YouTube and I think it's a go, definitely. I'm going to go to work tomorrow, I'm going to do my job, and then afterwards I'm going to come back, grab my rucksack, get in my car, drive to the Peak District and get up here that we're looking at now. Probably, hopefully, with a bit of light left. Otherwise, I'm going to be dark. And I'm going to camp tomorrow night there on Bamford Edge, looking down to that reservoir. And then the next day, I'm going to go to Edale and go and climb Kinder Scout. And I'm going to camp on Kinder Scout for the second night. So at least I can tick them off then. You know, I can tick off the two big wild camping necessities. I've got to do them. So forecast is good. It's going to be a bit chilly at night, but it's going to be dry. It's going to be clear. So I'll see you tomorrow when I'm heading to Bamford Edge. Right guys, we're in the Peak District and I'm going to bring you down the Windrose Pass. Very famous, the Windrose Pass. The first time I ever came down here, I was on a push bike and I thought, oh, we're going down the steep hill here, and I came all the way down there and then it just opens up and it is absolutely beautiful, honestly. Really famous, the Windrose Pass round here. But I was looking for a campsite and I came all the way down here on a push bike. I cycled it from home all the way here, and basically I was looking for a campsite, came all the way down here with all my bike packed up with all my camping gear, and the campsite down here was full, and the only one that wasn't full was back all the way back up this hill. So then I turned round and had to literally just push my push bike all the way back up here. Oh my god, it killed me, honestly. But the Windrose Pass, it's absolutely stunning. It's like a miniature Cheddar Gorge, but it's not somewhere you want to push a push bike up after cycling down here. And this is coming into Castleton now, and then after that it's a little place called Hope, and then just after that is where I'll park up for Bamford Edge. So beautiful there. Well, I've just started walking up to Bamford Edge here. Really bizarre things just happened to me. Really bizarre. Because I'm walking up and there's loads of like Asians around for some reason. I mean loads of them. And they're not all together either, they're all in little groups. And there's this one Asian guy on his own. And as I'm walking up, he said, "Can you take photographs?" And I said, "Yeah, of course I can, mate." I said, "Where do you want to stand?" And he said, "No, with you. And I said, "You want a photograph with me?" And at first he was convinced I was Jurgen Klopp, and I had to tell him I wasn't. And I still don't think, I said my teeth aren't as good as Jurgen Klopp's, and I still don't think he's that convinced. But how bizarre. And because he'd had his photograph with me, there was loads of other people then thinking, who is that? Why is he having his photographs up with that bloke? It's as though I was like a celeb, and I'm like, mate, I'm not Jurgen Klopp. I'm just on a walk. Anyway, madness, innit? I wish I was Jurgen Klopp. I wish he had his bloody money. But anyway, this is where we're heading up now. It's quite windy today. So, anyway, for the record, I'm not wild camping up here because when I finished work last night, I looked on my maps how long it was going to take me to get here, and it was rush hour traffic, like going through Manchester and round Manchester Airport, and basically it was working out that by the time I got here and started climbing this hill, I was going to be in pitch black. and I wasn't going to see anything anyway. So I thought, well, it's a waste of time, because I don't really want to be climbing up here, which is a prominent edge and a prominent drop in the dark when I've not even done a recce. So my plan of action is I'm only going to camp for one night, but I am going to camp up Kinder Scout tonight. And I'm just walking up Bamford Edge. It's only like within a mile of the car. So I'm going to get up there and recce it out. And I'll wild camp up here another time. Because it would have been too much of a rush yesterday. And I've been getting up here and not really seeing anything. So I might as well see it today in the daylight. And then from here it's about 9 mile to where the park up at Edale for Kinder Scout. And then it's about a 5 mile walk up Kinder Scout, carrying my rucksack. So let's get up the top. Let's get up the top up here on Bamford Edge. And let's see what we're dealing with. And we'll recce it for the wild camp up here before the year's out. I think this is one of them photo opportunity places that people stand on the edge of. Excuse the wind, everybody. Let's get up here and have a gander. Let's see what we're dealing with. That's Bamford down there, little hamlet, little village. Well, there we go, guys. That's the famous Lady Bower Reservoir, and that little spot here, this little rock. I've seen loads of photographs of people stood on that. It looks like it's going back down there, so I'm kind of at the peak of it here. It reminds me quite a lot of the Roaches near Stoke-on-Trent area, but kind of a smaller version. Tell you what, oh, you don't want to fall off this. Camera won't pick up how high that is, but yeah, that would hurt a lot. Bamford Edge is quite renowned really for wild campers being moved on, because I think a lot of them kind of just camp around this area, and it's heavily rangered. You know, quad bikes can come up here quite easily, and you know, people have been moved from Bamford Edge in the middle of the night. So I presume you'd have to tuck back there somewhere. I'm going to go and have a recce up there in a bit. But yeah, it's beautiful though. Busy though. I'm glad I didn't come up last night. It's one of them places you would have to come up just before last light. But you'd have to be packed away first thing in the morning. You know, maybe a winter wild camp up here, you know, when it's a longer night and you don't have to be up at stupid o'clock too early, you know, when the sun's coming up. And it's not that high. I know it's a big drop down there, but it's not actually as a feature that high. So a winter camp up here would be alright. But that is stunning. Beautiful. There's the concrete works at Castleton over there. Drove past there before. And that hill opposite is called Win Hill. Just been talking to a guy who was telling me about, he said he spends a lot of time around here. And I said, I've not done that much. I said, I normally go to Scotland. And he said, oh, don't go to Scotland, it's too far. And I just thought, what an absolute waste. You know, Scotland is far, but you break it up. You know, you make the journey up to Scotland part of your holiday. But to not go there, and it's absolutely, like I said, it's my number one country, Scotland. It beats anything in the world. But yeah, don't let Scotland, being a long way away, put you off. Just break your journey up. But I'll tell you what, this'll do till I get back up there. And I'm going back up there next month. I'm doing a walk. It's like a 70-mile circular called the Borders Abbey's Way. It's a bit of a pilgrimage walk. I just thought it'd be a nice autumnal walk, that. It's not too far, it's only just inside the Scottish borders, and it takes in, I think, 5 abbeys. I've not got a big thing about abbeys, but it's just, it'll just be an interesting autumnal walk, and it'll be nice to get out and just clear my head. So Bamford Edge, everyone, this is it. We've been here. I'm going to find a little place to sit down now. I brought Brett Clements with me, so me and Brett's going to chill for an hour, and then we'll head over behind Win Hill over in that direction to Kinder Scout for tonight's camp. Right, I've just got off Bamford Edge. It's been a change of plan. I literally changed my plans when I was up there because the wind is absolutely horrendous, and I mean horrendous up there. And Kinder Scout's even higher than that. And you know what? I've got a hankering for some forest. You know, it's great having a good view, but a forest, I feel like I'm, you know, rejuvenating when I'm in a forest. And I thought I could do with a forest camp, really. I want to be low level because of that wind. And I thought, I wonder where there's a forest round here. And then I thought, ha, Snake Pass is only over there. And Snake Forest is over there, which I have recce'd before. Snake Forest is also a very popular wild camping area. And I've been put off it, really, because people have been posting videos there this year. And the midge situation is absolutely horrendous. People getting literally eaten alive by midges. But I think it's past midge season now. I think I'll be all right. So I might just, if I am, I'm gonna head to Snake Forest now, and do a wild camp in the forest. Stay low level. It's no use going up in the wind. And that guy I was talking to, who'd been put off Scotland, was telling me about Kinder Scout, and he said it's very boggy up there. So yeah, I'm going to do a forest tonight instead. Let's do Snake Forest. Let's see, can I find a spot tucked away somewhere secluded and rejuvenate in some trees. Right, I've arrived in Snake Woodland. I'm trying to keep away from the river. That's where all the pristine camping spots are, but the signs everywhere saying no overnight camping, so I'm going to have to be a bit covert. So I've kind of moved well away from the river and moved inland, and I found someone else's camp here, but I mean they've built it up so you can't be seen from down there, but they've left so much cack. I mean, there's a bench here. Like I said, it's a well-known camping spot round here, but obviously mainly on weekends. But look at all the rubbish here. You know, look at the state of all this. There's cans and everything, tarpaulins, gas stove. Absolute joke, honestly. Not surprised people kick off with people wild camping. So I'm thinking of kind of heading more up that way, away from here, up this path behind me. So can I find somewhere tucked away nicely for tonight. Don't want to be near any paths. I've already heard a few idiots knocking about, so there might be people out as well. I won't be anywhere near them. I'll find something anyway, something nicely tucked away. Right, I'll come back when I've found somewhere. Right guys, I found a spot, and it's basically right at the top. I've climbed right up from down there, so I'm not near any paths at all. It's quite a steep hill I've just climbed up, and I'm coming up, and this is where the top of the wood ends. Goes on to like a bit of a common, but this I can work with. I really can, and someone has used it before, because you can see a bit of a fire pit, but obviously because it's a bit of graft to get here, the responsible campers, and they've left absolutely no rubbish. No one would even know I'm here. I'm going to get my tent up, probably stick it here. It's gone dark as though it's going to start raining. It's not forecast. No midges to speak of. Might even have a little fire later, but I'd have to wait till it gets proper dark. We'll see how we go. But like I said, I'm not near any paths, and no one would even know I'm here. And I'm in the forest. I can rejuvenate, get my tent up, chill out, get Brett out, Brought a bit of whiskey as well. Brought me book. Got no signal on my phone. Got a sheep just staring at me though. I don't know if you can make it out. I don't think I can zoom in from this side. There's a sheep there just absolutely just staring at me as though what the hell is that there? Right. Let's get my tent up. Yeah, to go this definitely. Well, I'm camped just up there and I thought, right, just before I set up, I'll come and have a little mooch about because I've done that loads of times where I've set up and then the next day when I'm walking out I found something miles better. What would I've just found? I have found hidden a smaller version of Goblin Rock. Look at this. It's got a little seat or table. Maybe that's the seat. Little fire pit. And they built it up so it can't be seen from this drop off down here. I mean, that's the direction most people would be camping down here. So dilemma, what do we do now? Do I stay up there where I know no one would know I'm there? Because this is an established spot. But, no, so's Goblin Rock. No one ever goes there. I don't know now. I don't know now. I will have to have a think. It's nice to have options though, isn't it? Just give you a view of where I'm camping. I am literally just straight down there in front of me now in them woods. And up there is the massive of Kinder Scout, where I should have been camping, but like I said, it's too windy. Far too windy up there. It wouldn't have been any fun. And I wanted a nice chilled forest vibe. And I found it where I am anyway. And Snake Woods pretty much stretches out right round here. No one's going to find my little spot down here. Only thing is I can't get a signal. I'm trying to text my daughter or at least send her my location, but it's not happening. But it'll be fine anyway. Anyway, no midges to report as of yet, but I'll tell you what, this is all heather. In summer they would be absolutely swarming round here. Look at this. I mean, a bit of a breeze out at the moment, so hopefully they stay away. But Kinder Scout, I mean, pretty much it's a big kind of flat area on top, but the sides are all steep, and it kind of, I'd have been coming up from the opposite side to this. Aye, let's have a good night. This is what it's all about. Bit of macaroni cheese there. This is my view from my tent. Right, let's just put that to one side a minute. I'll just come out. That's what I've set it up here. It's relatively flat. That common I was on before is just up here. And that shelter that I found, the other Goblin Rock, is kind of over in that direction. I can't see it from here. So if anyone did go there, they can't see me. Because if I can't see that, they can't see me. So, yeah, just having something to eat now with my little mess tin. And then I'm going to get Brett out. And I'm going to get a whiskey on the go. I've not heard anyone knocking about anywhere since I've been here. And we'll be losing the light in a few hours' time. So, do you know what? I can already feel myself rejuvenating because I'm in woods. It's mad, honestly. The trees, I don't know if, you know, I was something else in my former life that lived in forests, but I've always thought I was a wolf, but that's just me being, you know. Right, got a bit of macaroni cheese on the go, just thought I'd show you my setup quick. So yeah, Van Gogh Banshee tonight, and it's relatively flat. That's the common I was on before. The midge infested haven, and yeah, Starting to lose the light now. That Goblin Rock replica is kind of over there in front of me. But it's far enough, I can't see that, and if anyone does go there, they're not going to see me. So yeah, I'm tucked away, mate. Like I said, I might have a little fire there later on, we'll see how we go. But time to get Brett out, get a whiskey on the go. It's Brett Clements time, everybody. Brett Clements, my trusty companion. You know, I was just sat here then, just thinking about loads of stuff. And I was thinking, am I normal? Am I normal to come out from my lovely flat where I've got Sky TV and internet and to come and sit out here on my own and spend the night? I've got no signal, so I've got no internet. And I thought, yeah, I am normal, because this is therapy in a way. I'm gonna have a little rant for a little bit, because I don't know if you've noticed, but the world's gone a bit bloody crazy lately. There seems to be a lot of anger, you know, between the left and the right, and people are flying flags and other people are getting offended because it's not the flag they're waving, and everyone's trying to hold a moral high ground. And I was watching some demonstration and I'm thinking, where would I be in that? What side would I be on? Would I be on the ones with the Union Jacks, or would I be on the other side saying refugees are welcome? And I decided that I would walk away, because both sides were just absolute hating each other. And I think anyone who harbours that much hate can't claim to have any kind of moral high ground. So I wouldn't have stood with any of them. And I think people are struggling at the moment, even driving here before. Just after Manchester Airport, every single lamppost had a Union Jack. Believe me, there's no one more patriotic than me. I served my country very proudly, you know. But I'm thinking, well, if you're flying the Union Jack because you're proud of your country, that's wonderful. But fly it properly, you know. Stick it out, stick it on your house, stick it in your garden, stick it on a pole, and fly it the correct way. Just sticking it anyway on a bloody lamppost with a bloody cable tie is not, for one thing, it's not doing the flag any justice. And also, if it's being done just to antagonise people, that's wrong as well. You know, but I also refuse to accept the other side of the coin, which is it's now become a racist thing, because it's not. I refuse to accept the Union Jack is ever a racist symbol. I've got the Union Jack on my arm. I served my country. I'm proud to serve my country. But I can't side with any of them, because there's too much hatred. And you know what? That hatred, this is one of the reasons I'm getting onto it here. Not having any internet and being out in the forest. It's all coming through Facebook. It's all coming through blooming Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. It's all coming through keyboard warriors, all this hatred, and people are just consuming it on the phones constantly. And I was talking to my mate about it the other day, and she said she's been having anxiety and everything, and because she's an empath, and she picks up on people's on emotions and you know, positivity and negativity. And I'm the same, I do as well. And I said to her, get off Facebook. I said, stop reading it, stop consuming it. You know, the bloody world's mad at the moment, and I think we've got to unplug from social media, for one thing, to not get involved in it, and secondly, just to bloody for our own mental health, because it's hatred, absolute hatred. I went on the website for the little town I used to live in, Billinge community page, and I went on there just to see if anyone had put any nice pictures of Billinge Hill and stuff. Oh my god, it was an absolute war going on about people had put a bloody King St George's flag on the roundabout and stuff, and it was just absolute, so messy, and everyone seems to have an opinion. Oh man, you know, And then Russia's bloody doing all kinds of stuff, probing sticks. Bloody Palestine's being starved. Bloody all kinds of stuff. The world's horrible at the moment. And just getting back out into stuff like this just gets me away from all that. No. Stop watching the news. Stop going on Facebook. Stop going on X. You know, they say ignorance is bliss, and it's true. It is bliss. You know, I've stopped getting involved in it all. Stopped filling my head full of it. Because it's just toxic. It's absolutely toxic. You know, and by not getting involved in it, it's not affecting me. Because I've just got to worry about all this. And there's nothing to worry about here. And you know what, I'm a firm believer in everything that happens for a reason anyway. So why get wound up about stuff? It's going to happen anyway. Whatever that will be. We just got to bloody start loving each other. We've got to start bloody respecting each other instead of bloody hating each other. Everyone's hating each other. Don't have to pick a side. Be in the middle. Love both sides. Anyway, that's me rant over. Get a few more whiskies down my neck after. Catch you later. It's literally only 7:10 and I've climbed in bed. I've just been sat outside, but I'm losing the light. So I'm going to have an early night. I'm going to have a few more whiskies. I'll have a little read for the bit. In hindsight, I probably should have gone and done something else instead of just coming straight to this wood after Bamford Edge, because I've literally just been sat here a bit bored, and because I can't get a signal, I can't get in touch with anyone. So I'm going to have a couple of whiskies, I'll have a little read, and then we'll have a nice night. Right, I'll see you for my Van Gogh band sheet in the morning. Well, the first brew of the morning is on. It's a great thing about these tents, I can literally just lie here and all my stuff's kind of down the side in here, all my brew stuff. So I just kind of wake up, get the mess tin out, get the coffees, the 3-in-1s in my cup, there we go, and we're ready to rock and roll. Looks a nice day as well out there. Tell you what, that was such a nice sleep. I mean, it wasn't solid. I woke up quite a few times, but it's now 8 o'clock. What time was it when I went to bed? About 7:10 or something. So I've been in my tent for over 13 hours. Had some mad dreams as well. I had a mad dream I was playing a footy match against Argentina. I don't know where that's come from. But yeah, and you know what? Absolutely still last night. Didn't hear nothing. Didn't hear no owls, no wildlife. Even Manchester Airport seemed quiet. That's one thing I did notice last night. The sky never totally went dark. In fact, it was quite light. It's not like when you camp at Galloway Forest Park and that's like a renowned like dark sky area. But round here, because we're just outside Manchester, there's loads of light pollution. So it was basically like camping in a woods surrounded by a massive industrial estate. Because there was constant just lights everywhere. I could have gone for a walk without my head torch if I wanted to. But yeah, gonna have me brew now and then I'll take a slow pack up. Do a shout out anyway. Give a quick shout out. And this time, my shout out goes to my wonderful daughter Hope and her partner Dan. Lovely couple. You know what? The proudest thing in life is to watch your daughter grow up, or your son, or whoever it is, to be a wonderful person. And she is an absolute gem. I couldn't even have imagined life without my little girl. And that's the bad thing, she's 26 now, but she'll always be my little girl. The little girl who I taught to ride a bike. The little girl who I taught how to swim. who I watched take her first steps. I remember everything. As though it was yesterday. Now she's living in her own house. She's even got her own little dog. Well, big dog. A golden retriever called Rawlins. But she's doing wonderful. And Dan's a lovely lad. Everton supporter, but I can look beyond that. Yeah, and good luck to both of them. So that's me shout out for Hope and Dan and Rawlins, little family. And wish them all the best. Right, I'll come back to you when I've packed all this away. Right, rucksack back on. Leave no trace. That's where I was last night. So let's head down now without breaking my neck and get down this hill, because like I said, it's quite a steep hill. I purposely pushed myself up here to get out the way and get away from the paths. So we'll take a nice steady walk down. Beautiful morning, absolutely beautiful, honestly. Start of autumn yesterday, first day of autumn. So one of my favourite times of year. So let's embrace it. Right, I'll get you later on when I'm getting near the car. Right, about half a mile to the car now, but look at this around. Honestly, it's absolutely stunning. It could be Canada. It could be anywhere. It's absolutely beautiful. Little river running down the valley down there. Anyway, right, while we're on the family shout outs, I'm going to do another shout out. And this is for my nephews, Sheridan and Reese, the lads. How we're the lads. So, Shez and Reese, I know you like watching these videos. This shout out's for you. What's up? So I'll be down soon. Be coming down with my mum, seeing you. We'll chill out on the balcony again and have a good old laugh like we normally do. So Shez and Reese, this is for you. Right, until the next video, which, like I said, I think it's going to be the Borders Abbey's Way. That's the plan at the moment, but as you know, with me, plans can change like that, like they did yesterday. But that's the plan. So, see you in Scotland. Adios.